This is a conversation between Martha and Bernard, but I don't
Yep.
understand why is this happening.
I will make you this promise. No harm will come to her if you continue to cooperate.
You are quite the bastard, aren't you?
Yes or no?
Yes, damn it.
Good. And
Okay.
it's not like I don't trust you, but there will be eyes and ears in the down deep that will make sure that you keep your end of the bargain.
So what's wrong
Okay.
with this?
What's wrong with this is so Martha is talking with Bernard, and she's cutting a deal for Bernard to treat Carla well. Carla's inside the jail there, right?
Okay.
And so the deal is he treats Carla well. Like he lets Carla and Martha reunite, and in exchange, Martha will be an informant for him.
Okay.
Okay, but then he says over here, he says, "I don't trust you." Let's listen to it.
There will be eyes and ears in the down deep that will make sure that you keep your end of the bargain.
So he's just made a deal for Martha to be in the foreman and tell him stuff. But then he also says, I already know the stuff. Right? Because he has informants that'll test to check her to see if she's telling him the truth. But if he already has informants that can tell her that they can check her to see if she's telling the truth, that means he already has the information from enough reliable sources that he doesn't need her. So why is this conversation happening? He's just putting pressure on her and like playing with her for nothing. Like he already has the information.
Okay. So if Bernard is evil and he just wants to mess with people, then sure. He's
Then
just
sure,
messing
that
with her.
makes sense. Like,
He likes
he's
to
just evil.
torture. He likes seeing people crumble under his pressure.
He's got
Sure.
a gap in his day schedule. He can do some messed up stuff.
Yeah, mess up people. But I actually thought of this in terms of like intelligence. You know, more sources is better than fewer sources, and many sources is better than one source.
Okay.
So if he has 5 sources in the deep down, and now he has 6, if he hears corroborating stories from different sources, then that's a good thing. Then he knows
true.
with more confidence that that's what's going down.
He doesn't know for sure, but if many sources say the same thing, then it becomes more and more likely that okay, yeah, it could be right.
It is weird though that he tells her that there's additional sources because now she knows there's additional sources. So if she tells the down deep like leadership
Shirley
there's
and
more
Knox, yeah, yeah.
sources, they now have more information. Whereas if he doesn't tell her, then he has more the sources are more independent from one another.
I see.
So
Right. So if she goes down to the down deep thinking that she's the sole source, she could switch sides, so do a double cross, and she could be like, "Hey, Knox and Shirley, I'm a plant. I'm working for Bernard, but I'm really working for you. So tell me the information, and we'll give him fake information."
right.
Okay, but since she knows, now she's less likely to do that.
Well, okay. So let's say in the scenario where she thinks she's the sole provider of information, she says like the assault's going to go down on Tuesday, but it's actually going down on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
But Bernard has independent sources that she doesn't know about that says it's going down on
Monday.
And
Mhm.
so he has conflicting information. He knows something's up.
I see. So he can actually test.
He can actually
right.
test. Whereas if Bernard tells Martha about the additional sources, now the down deep leadership knows about the additional sources, so their information that they feed to Bernard should take that into account.
That's right. So now that so if Martha can go down to Shirley and Knox and say, "Hey, there's multiple sources," now Shirley and Knox can give each person an individual story, right? So that way they all tell the story up to Bernard, and then the story that Bernard gets, they can say, you were the leak because your version of the story went out,
Right.
and you just do that until he can't get that right anymore.
Right. And even if they don't exactly know who the sources are, they can still like strategize what sort of information to leak. So the other option is that Bernard actually just lied about this. He's scared that Martha's his only source, and so he said that to intimidate her into compliance.
Very plausible, right? Because then she will be thinking, "I don't know who is around me, who's watching me, so I have to tell the truth. Because if I don't tell the truth, Bernard's going to catch me, and he's just going to off me."
Yeah. And maybe, okay, that could be an additional option is that there aren't any other sources. So he tells Martha, thinking she's going to tell the Down Deep gang about the sources, and so discontent. He doesn't care about the information.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's such doofuses anyway with their ninja group.
There's no moles. There's no moles,
Yeah.
but he's got her to get them to get the Down Deep to start a mole hunt.
Right.
They start,
and so they start.
they start accusing each other. They start mistrusting each other. There's so many stories that are conflicting that they get themselves confused.
Right.
Okay. Bernard.
It could be pretty clever if that's what he's doing. So we'll see in episodes coming up, but
I like Bernard now. Oh.